Alright guys, how's it going? It's the Eastbayanglers. Today we're talking about something a bit special. We're going to break down the top 10 best brands when you're going to go out there and you're buying soft plastics. I don't care if it's rubber worms, I don't care if it's creature baits, crawfish, I don't care if it's swim baits, I don't care if it's lizards. It just doesn't matter what you're throwing. If it's a soft plastic in any way, we're going to talk about the top 10 brands that you should be throwing. Number one, these brands perform better, and not just that, but they perform a lot better in colder water. A lot of those cheaper baits stiffen up and they don't perform very well unless the water temp is generally above 70 degrees. So let's talk about some of these brands, guys. These are the brands you're going to have that are going to ultimately catch more fish. So you're going to have more to show, more fish in the boat, more fish, period. And generally speaking, this is going to help you save money by staying away from everything you don't need. So the first thing we're going to talk about, the first brand, is RoboWorm. RoboWorm is extremely well known, been around, caught a lot of big fish. I've got double digits on RoboWorms. I know a lot of people have caught a lot of big fish and have stories about Robos. So RoboWorm is a USA company, and love to support them. I buy a lot of their stuff, and they just have a variety of straight tails, curly tails, cut tails, and a variety of other things. RoboWorm, definitely have to try it. Number two, Jackal. Jackal is probably one you may not have heard about. It's a Japanese-based company, and you generally have to buy their products some other places that normally are not a store you can walk into. Generally, you got to buy them online, and they can be a bit pricey. The plastic is extremely soft, and it does tear easily, but they do catch fish. So Jackal has some, well, it has a variety of baits, but I'm just very fond of their action. Unfortunately, they tear extremely easy, and you go through a lot of their baits. So Jackal's the second company you need to really look at when you're throwing soft plastics. The next one is going to be Gary Yamamoto. So Gary Yamamoto's been around since 78, 80, I don't know. He's been around forever, right? Gary Yamamoto's been catching fish. Those baits have been working for a long time. They're still working. So what it tells me is he did something right. And, when you fish Gary Yamamoto products, you automatically bump your percentage up of catching fish, whether you're rigging it right, whether you're rigging it wrong, whether you're casting it in the right area or the wrong area. Just, having their baits on the hook generally gives you a better chance. They're expensive, they're soft, but that's the price. So another brand we're going to talk about today is Skinny Bear. Skinny Bear is a China-based company. These products are not necessarily poured in China, but somewhere along the line they were assembled in I'm not sure, packaged, but okay. So these are extremely soft baits, and they're just extremely I've fished so many baits that, like a live target, swim bait that would cost say $10, and I've played around with Skinny Bear swim baits, and they outperform the action of almost every bait. They're almost as good as like a Huddleston as far as action goes. The only negative is they really only are good for about one fish. They're that soft. So no matter what you're doing, it's a one fish deal, and then you gotta but they do get you bit in those tough situations. They're extremely good baits. Alright, so another company we're going to talk about is Depths. Depths makes some really good baits. And I can't tell you guys, you guys already know Depths makes incredible baits, and you know, depths to Bush Brown, depths 260, side swimmer. Very well known company, makes very well made. They make extremely good products and catch a lot of fish. The next company we're going to talk about is Reaction Innovations. Reaction Innovations is an older company that has, well, kind of innovated throughout time to stay in the grind, you know, competitive in this market, the fishing industry and such. But their soft plastics have been really good, starting out with their original beavers, skinny dippers, and everything else in between. They just have some incredible products. Unfortunately, they don't make as many of the products as they used to, but they still have an incredible lineup right now. They used to have more colors and a bigger lineup, and they used to have some really cool packaging, and they used to, some of you guys know what I'm talking about. We're going to talk about Tamiki baits, because Tamiki baits are just one of those brands. I mean, Tamiki hot dog baits were really phenomenal as a big stick bait alternative, for example, but those are just extremely high quality baits. Once again, we're not talking about the cheapest baits out there, guys. We're talking about the best baits. We're talking about the best brands, and you're going to be, you know, increasing your odds. So the next brand we're going to talk about is Huddleston. When you're throwing soft plastics and you're going big, go Huddleston. I mean, there's no better way, right? I'd say throw a Huddleston. You catch big fish, you get big fish to follow, and it's a lot of fun. Big baits can become an obsession, so be careful. Zoom, that's the next company we're going to talk about. Zoom is a very good company, very reasonably priced, but their products work, unlike most other reasonably priced baits. Go figure. Okay, so go get some Zoom, and, you know, don't worry, they actually catch fish. Okay, Megabass. Definitely expensive, definitely a company you need to check out. Just in general, some of the stuff they've been selling is pretty crazy. Some of the stuff they've been selling is even crazier. Some of it I'd like to fish, some of it I want to hang on the wall, some of it I'm not sure what to do with. And yeah, extremely good baits though, well designed, sometimes too well designed. Alright, so today the next one we're going to talk about is Z-Man. Z-Man is Elastec. It's plastic Elastec, but it's, you know, hey, it's really good. And especially, you know, the Ned rigs, the big Ned rigs, giant Ned rigs, and the standard the original, you know, finesse ones, those are all really productive. I've tried everything and anything they've made, and I gotta tell you, those are the most productive, and I've been disappointed with just about every other product that they made except the Z-Man Chatterbait. Now, having said that, let's move on to the next company. And the next company is Kytek. You know, Kytek is a company that is Japanese as well, a little bit pricey, extremely well known, just really all around good baits, a bit more fairly priced than some other Japanese baits. And I mean, in general, guys, when we talk about fishing, we're talking about how much time do you spend on the water? What does it cost to go out and fish? I mean, add up all these factors. You want to have the right, at least start with the right brands, the best brands that are making the best soft plastics on the market. Why settle for anything less? So this video basically covered those 10 particular companies and brands that make tackle, soft plastics in particular, at the highest level, these are the best. As far as colors, that's a different story, you know, but right now, you know, we're talking companies, products, and these are the best. We might do another video talking about, you know, maybe more in depth, just in general, but it's pretty simple, guys. You already know there's core colors for this and that, and it's pretty simple. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.